Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syaima and I'm from class 8.4, attendance list number 32. And today I'm going to be presenting my project titled Efforts to Foster a Sustainable Lifestyle with Financial Planning. But first, before we get into discussions, I would like to introduce my research background. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has stated in the Quran to never overindulge in mortal wealth, for there are better and more eternal treasures waiting in the afterlife. Hadith riwayat Muslim has even stated to balance between heavenly and worldly needs, because if we focus too much on worldly desires, then our afterlife will feel empty because of the lack of good deeds that have been done in the mortal world. But if we shift our focus to the afterlife, then we won't gain the nutritional sustenance and rest needed to perform religious practices. We are able to balance between heaven and earth with the help of financial planning, because it helps us balance between worldly and heavenly practices. And a materialistic lifestyle completely goes against this. So many youths nowadays have grown accustomed to wasteful lifestyles, to the point they've grown dependent on their guardian figure's money. And as we all know, there will be a time when currency is scarce, and during that time, we need to be independent. We, including the youths, need to be independent, where we can't rely on our guardian's money forever. But with materialistic lifestyles, they won't be able to they won't be able to grow independent. So that's why my research aims to answer this question. How can today's youths foster a stable financial plan to prepare for their future? Now, on to the discussion. Starting off with English, financial planning is something that is very important for youths so that they can grow accustomed to sustainable lifestyles. And their words hold more value I hope you guys have heard the saying where words hold more value than gold. And there's also a type of non-fictional text called a persuasive text, where it caters to project its contents onto the reader. And as some of you may know, youths are attracted to wording that is considered competitive, or, wait for it, persuasive. So now, connecting to the material of persuasive text, we can take advantage of persuasive language, such as rhetorical questions and statements of fact and opinion. By using this persuasive form of language in our speech, we will be able to motivate the youths to apply financial planning. So, for example, sentences like "Let's start saving, shall we?" can trigger a youth's sense of competitiveness. So, we can conclude that from the statements made to our From the statement I just made, it can be concluded that in order for youths to implement financial planning into their lives, they must have the willpower to make one. It's suggested they should affirmate to themselves if they want to create a financial plan. And instead of counting on others, such as a guardian figure or a guardian or parental figure, or perhaps their friend, they should depend on themselves. Now, moving to the material of civics. As we all know, Indonesia is expected to face the peak of demographic potential in 2045. But before that time comes, we need to prepare ourselves. We need to prepare ourselves in the meantime by developing our soft skills, preparing our physical and mental well-being, and most importantly, planning ourselves financially. But with the condition of the youths today, that have grown accustomed, more used to a wasteful lifestyle, it results in lazy, unorganized, and unproductive teenagers with low human resource potential. If the youths of Indonesia continue this behavior, then Indonesia won't be able to experience its expected demographic bonus within the 20 years to come. But if the youth don't manage themselves even after that, then Indonesia will sadly be faced with an inevitably empty future. So we can connect with the material of Youth Pledge. So not only will we create a sense of nationalism and pride for our country, but it can also help us plan out our future. The pledge creation of the Youth Pledge was sparked with the acknowledgement of Indonesia's youths towards the country's potential. Through a unified sense of passion, they strive to reach the independent and abundant Indonesia we all know and love. For the future to come, to prepare for our future, we must prepare ourselves financially. We can do this with the help of many saving strategies that can help us create a decent financial plan, such as priority scales, and creating a list of income and expenses. But if you're confused, then let me give a brief explanation, going back to the last statement I just made. So, like I said before, one of the requirements for a better future is that are a financial supply. With the help of a proper financial supply, we can apply for jobs easier, or even create a revolutionary brand. Working a job that one loves or even creating a brand new line of work. That's what productivity is all about. Now, from the statements created above, a simple but incredible conclusion can be created. The founding fathers of the Youth Pledge fought to reach the abundant Indonesia that we all know and love. that we all know and love, all because they discovered the incredible potential that the country holds. So, as youths, the future of our country is counting on us. And in order to prepare for when that time comes, we need to create financial plans. And through this research, we have found many forms of financial planning and how we can many forms of financial planning and how to save our money, create a financial supply to prepare for our future. So here comes the conclusion to our research. From this discussion, a few conclusions can be drawn. So first of all, it is essential to balance between worldly and heavenly needs, or else if we shift our focus to only one aspect, then the balance will be disrupted and our life will not feel complete. And sadly, today's youths have grown accustomed to materialistic lifestyles, and because of that, they've grown hyper-dependent on their guardian's wealth. If they don't let go of their guardian's wealth, then they won't be able to face a time when currency is scarce. And then we have found many methods to creating a financial plan such as priority scales, list of budget income and expenses, and including the financial plan itself. All these can help us to prepare for our future and make us independent. And finally, a well-structured financial plan will not only benefit us in the mortal world, but it can also benefit us in the afterlife. After all, one of the good deeds that lasts even after death are forms of charity. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I apologize for any mistakes that I may have made during this time. So that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
First,
wabarakatuh.
I want to appreciate to MTSP and the teachers that put lots of effort and guiding the student to make this project. And then I appreciate to student to put lots of effort to make the project. And then my question is, according to this research that you write, what's the effect the following research for you, to your personality? And can you imagine how you in the future, according to your occupation now as a student and your hobbies now?
That's a very good question, Mother. So, from the first question, yes, this research project has inspired me a lot, and I plan on implementing what I've learned from this research project into my daily life. And And for example, I would like to implement priority scales and budget lists so that I can keep track of how much I spend, and I would also make sure that I do all this while living sustainably and without disrupting the environment. And as for the second question, I can see myself in the future as an animator and a game developer, and according to my occupation as a student, and also based on my current hobbies, which are drawing and character designing. And from that, I truly wish that what I've learned from this project can help guide me to my dream job, and I hope it can benefit me in the future.
Okay, thank you for your nice presentation. Your title is Effort to Foster a Sustainable Lifestyle with Financial Planning.
Yes, that's correct.
You are the last performance, and then there are 5 titles in your class.
Yes, that's correct.
That financial planning, consuming halal food, and then simple life.
Yeah, simple lifestyle.
Exercise, and then the last is I forgot.
Yeah, I also forgot to.
Give me your opinion. Why you chose this title?
Because I've seen a habit. Amongst youths who often like to spend their money for things that are trivial to their lives. So I wanted to create this research to inspire teenagers to instead opt for a more sustainable form of living and save their currency for only when it is needed. I also created this project so that students can be independent and not overconsume their parents' money, but instead they should save the current money that they have for future uses.
Okay. Next question. How can financial planning contribute to a more sustainable way of living?
So from the basics, financial planning means that we can divide our currency for different times in different amounts for different occasions. So this also helps prevent people from gaining hoarding lifestyle, materialistic lifestyles, and materialistic behavior such as hoarding products and objects that are trivial.
Enough?
There's more?
Okay, and then the last question is, as a young generation, how the way to manage your money from your mother so it can impact for your sustainable lifestyle?
Okay, that's actually a very good question. But as someone that doesn't spend their money as often, but if I do gain any, it's kind of, as someone who doesn't spend their money often, it's kind of difficult for me to answer this question. But for every time that I gain money from my parents or guardian figure, I will simply allow my parent and trust my parents to keep the current money I have. Keep the current money I have. So it's kind of this. I don't mean this in any offensive way, but my mother's wallet. My mother's wallet is basically my safe or piggy bank. So, but when the time comes, I will. But so that when the time comes, I can take the needed amount of money and use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think enough. You can close your presentation.
Okay. Thank you very much, and I hope this presentation was helpful despite the many mistakes that I may have made. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.